There is a man in Westeros who saved 500,000 people. He was the greatest swordsman of his generation. He was Lord Commander of the most elite fighting force in the Seven Kingdoms. His entry in the White Book of the Kingsguard is almost entirely blank. Sir Jaime Lannister, golden hair, Kingsguard, best fighter in the Seven Kingdoms by a margin that isn't close, son of the richest and most feared lord alive. He is exactly what a knight looks like on the outside. On the inside, it's more complicated. In the very first episode, he pushes a 10-year-old boy out of a tower window. He does it to protect a secret. He says, "The things I do for love," and walks away. This is where the story starts. It does not stay here. Over 8 seasons, Jaime Lannister will lose his sword hand, his arrogance, his certainty, and finally his chance to be different. He will almost become someone worth admiring. He will choose freely to stop. This is a story about what happens when someone's best quality is also their worst one. This is why it sucks to be Jaime Lannister. Not the hand, not the rubble, the page. Let's talk about why. You are born at Casterly Rock, seat of House Lannister. Your house's wealth is so enormous that a Lannister always pays his debts has become a saying throughout the known world. Your father, Tywin Lannister, is the most feared man in Westeros. You have every advantage a person can begin with. Several of them will become problems. You are gifted in a way that appears once or twice a generation. By 12, you're outfighting men twice your age. By 15, the best sword instructors in Westeros have run out of things to teach you. Tywin watches and says nothing and expects everything. This is his most consistent parenting approach. Cersei is your twin sister. You've been inseparable since childhood, and somewhere in the inseparability, something happened that shouldn't have. Nobody stopped it. Nobody explained why it couldn't be this way. You love each other in a manner that is illegal everywhere in Westeros, and also just generally inadvisable. You will never fully stop. At 15, you are knighted by Sir Arthur Dayne, the Sword of the Morning, arguably the greatest knight alive. This is not ceremonial. You earned it. For a few months, you are exactly what a knight is supposed to be. Then you join the Kingsguard, and your father resigns as Hand of the King, and the next 20 years begin. You join the Kingsguard at 16. You give up everything. Your inheritance, your title, your right to marry, your right to have children, your entire future as planned by your father. Tywin is so furious he resigns as Hand of the King. You don't care. Cersei is in King's Landing. That's where you want to be. The king you're sworn to protect with your life is King Aerys Targaryen. He burns people alive for entertainment. He whispers to the walls. He trusts no one. He was his best friend, Robert's favorite person once. Robert still talks about how good he used to be. What you stand watch over every day is what became of all that. A knight obeys. You stand there. The king burns more people. The paranoia gets worse. He burns a lord for looking at him wrong. He burns his own advisors. You stand there and you watch and you recite the words in your head. A knight protects. A knight serves. A knight obeys. You are not sure all three can coexist in this room. Robert Baratheon rebels. Half the realm joins him. The Targaryens are losing. Your father arrives at the gates of King's Landing with his entire army, claiming to reinforce the crown. The small council is split. Aerys trusts Tywin. The gates open. You watch the Lannister army enter the city, and you know exactly which side your father is on. Aerys turns to you. Kill your own father, then burn them all. He has spent years distributing wildfire caches under every major street in King's Landing. 500,000 people. He is completely, sincerely, irreversibly serious. You are 17 years old, and you have approximately 2 minutes to make the most important decision of your life. You make it. You kill him. You kill the pyromancer who knew the cache location. You spend the next hour neutralizing the wildfire stores under the city, while everything burns around you from the battle outside. 500,000 people are alive tonight because of what you just did. Not a single one of them will ever know your name for this. You sit down on the Iron Throne to wait for whoever arrives first. You have just killed a king. Your armor has his blood on it. You are 17 years old and you have no idea what happens next, and neither does anyone else. You sit there. The throne is not comfortable. Nothing about this is. Eddard Stark arrives. He looks at the Kingsguard knight sitting on the Iron Throne over the body of the king he was sworn to protect, and he decides immediately and completely what this means. He calls you Kingslayer with an expression that makes the word feel like a sentence. He doesn't ask what happened. He never asks. He will tell this story for the rest of his life, and it will always be the wrong version. Kingslayer. The name follows you everywhere, forever. You broke the most sacred oath a Kingsguard can break. You killed the king you were sworn to protect with your life. The The fact that the king was about to destroy his own city is not part of the version anyone tells. You try correcting it once or twice. The story is already finished. You stop trying. You serve in Robert's Kingsguard for years. You are the best fighter in the realm and you let everyone know it. You protect Joffrey, who is not improving. You watch Cersei scheme. You tell yourself you don't care what people think. The problem with telling yourself you don't care is that you have to keep telling yourself every day for years. Robb Stark ambushes you at the Whispering Wood. You are captured. The Kingslayer, the Golden Knight, the best swordsman in the Seven Kingdoms, in chains, in a Stark camp, being guarded by a teenager. This is not part of the legend you built for yourself. Catelyn Stark releases you against everyone's advice. She gives you to Brienne of Tarth, the largest woman you've ever seen, wearing mismatched armor, deeply committed to her duty, with an expression that makes clear she has already heard everything you're about to say. You start being obnoxious about it immediately. It's your only remaining defense mechanism. Vargo Hoat cuts off your right hand, your sword hand, the hand that made you the greatest fighter alive, the hand that made the arrogance at least technically defensible. It hits the ground, and everything you built on top of it is now in question. Who are you if you're not the best at the only thing that mattered? You come apart. Fever, infection, Harrenhal. The greatest swordsman in Westeros cannot grip a sword. Brienne talks you through the worst of it. You're not sure why she bothers. You've been unpleasant company for the entire journey. She bothers anyway. This will turn out to be meaningful. In a bath at Harrenhal, with nothing left to protect, you tell Brienne the truth. The wildfire caches. 500,000 people. The choice you made at 17 and have been paying for ever since. She is the first person you've told. You're not sure if you expected her to believe you. She does. She looks at you like she's seeing you for the first time. She might be the only person who ever has. She believes you, not because you're charming or because you asked her to, because the story makes sense, and because she's a better judge of men than Ned Stark ever was, and because she's been watching you for weeks. And you keep not adding up right for a villain. That's worth something. You don't know yet how much. You return to King's Landing with a golden prosthetic that doesn't work, and something in your face that's also different. Cersei looks at you like she's been waiting for the version of you that left, and you aren't that version anymore. You look at her the same way. The reunion you spent months imagining does not happen the way you imagined it. Joffrey shows you your entry in the White Book. It's almost nothing. Your appointment, your service, the one event everyone calls the Kingslayer moment. He reads you entries from legendary knights. He gets to Sir Duncan the Tall, a hedge knight with 4 full pages, and pauses. He looks at your golden hand. You look at your entry. He doesn't need to say anything. You hear it anyway. You give Brienne a Valyrian steel sword, Oathkeeper, forged from Ned Stark's own blade, and send her to find Sansa and Arya Stark and keep them safe. You made a promise to a dead woman you owed nothing to. You're honoring it through Brienne. Nobody asked you to do this. You could have done nothing and nobody would have known. You do it anyway. This is the part of you that keeps trying to get out. You hear that Brienne has been thrown into a pit with a bear for the entertainment of Vargo Hoat's men. You go back to Harrenhal and jump in. You have one hand. The bear is a fully grown bear. The crowd is not pleased. You get her out. You did not have to do any of this. That's becoming a theme. You spend months learning to fight with your left hand. You are terrible at it. The greatest swordsman in the Seven Kingdoms is, with his remaining hand, mediocre. You do it every day anyway, with Sir Ilan Payne, who is the bleakest possible training partner because he literally cannot speak. You do it in secret because this version of yourself isn't for an audience. You're building something different with what's left. You arrive back in King's Landing to a massive crater where the Great Sept used to be. Cersei used wildfire. She is queen now. She sits the Iron Throne with bodies piling up around it. You look at what she has become, and you think about a 17-year-old in a throne room with a sword and a mad king. The thoughts are not comfortable. Cersei is arrested by the High Sparrow. She writes you a letter begging you to come back and be her champion. You burn it without replying. You don't explain yourself. You don't send word. For the first time in your life, you don't go running back to her when she calls. You sit with that. It takes longer than you expected to feel like the right thing. Cersei tells you she's pregnant. Your child, a secret child, like Joffrey and Myrcella and Tommen before it. Children who called Robert Baratheon father and called you uncle. You look at her and you feel everything you've always felt. And you think about the king you killed to stop a city burning, and you wonder when this stops. It keeps not stopping. In the Dragon Pit, with the dead proven real and an alliance proposed, Cersei publicly agrees to march north. Then privately, she tells you the plan. Lie. Let the North and the dragons destroy each other. Take whatever's left with the Golden Company from Essos. You stand there and you listen to the plan. You have heard this kind of plan before. You tell Cersei you're going north to fight the dead and honor the agreement. She tells you she'll have you executed if you leave. You look at her for a long moment, then you walk out. This is the bravest thing you've done since you were 17 years old in the throne room with a sword. It takes everything you have. You do it anyway. You ride into Winterfell, and immediately the entire room wants to kill you. Daenerys wants you dead for killing her father. Sansa wants you dead for being a Lannister. Bran Stark looks at you with eyes that appear to contain complete information about the tower window incident. You have nowhere to go, and then Brienne of Tarth stands up. Brienne stands up and vouches for you. She says you are a man of honor in front of Daenerys Targaryen. Her word carries weight it didn't used to carry, because you gave her a sword and a name and jumped into a bear pit and didn't have to do any of it. The things you did that nobody asked you to do added up to something. They let you stay. You sit by a fire the night before the dead arrive. Tyrion is there. Podrick, Davos Seaworth, Tormund, Brienne. You drink and you talk, and nobody is scheming against anyone else. It's a room full of people who might die tomorrow, and you feel more at ease than you have in years. You're not sure what that means. You're fairly sure it means something. Any night can make a night. That's one of the things your oath still allows you. You stand up and you name her Ser Brienne of Tarth, first female knight of the Seven Kingdoms. She's wanted this her entire life, and everyone has always refused her. She is more of a knight than anyone in the room. You know it. She knows you know it. When she cries, everyone else does too. The dead come. You fight. With one hand, in the dark, in the cold, defending a castle full of people who mostly don't like you. You don't run. You don't calculate. You just fight, which is still the thing you do best even with one hand. And you survive the night, which is more than most people who started this season expected of you. You both survive. In the morning light, with the dead gone and the battle over, you look at Brienne of Tarth and she looks at you, and there's something in that which doesn't have a name. You are standing in Winterfell, having just done the most purely good thing you have done since a bathtub in Harrenhal. You have no idea this is the last moment where things are going right. For a few days in Winterfell, you are just a person, not the Kingslayer, not a Lannister, not the Golden Knight or the rebuilt man, or anyone's anything, just a person in a castle. You are 40 years old, and this is approximately the first time. It lasts exactly as long as it has to before the news from the south arrives. News comes from the south. Rhaegal is dead. Missandei was executed on the walls by Cersei, in front of everyone. King's Landing is under siege. Cersei is trapped and cornered. You know what cornered Cersei does. You've watched her escalate your whole life. You feel something you thought you'd finally stopped feeling. Brienne finds you preparing to leave. She asks you to stay. You can't explain why you can't. So instead, you tell her the worst things you can think of about yourself. That you're hateful. That you never was what she thought. Not because you believe it. Because it's easier than saying, I am going back to the person I've always gone back to and I don't know how not to. She cries. You leave anyway. This is the worst decision you ever make. You ride south. You tell yourself you're going to get Cersei out before it burns. Stop the worst from happening. You've told yourself versions of this story your entire life, and it has never once worked out the way you imagined. The road is very long. You have a lot of time to think. You don't reach a different conclusion. You're captured by Daenerys' forces. Tyrion finds you in the cells. He has a plan. Sneak you into King's Landing through the tunnels. Get to Cersei. Convince her to surrender. Ring the bells. Save the city. You've done something like this before. You were 17. The city was burning from the other direction. You agree. Tyrion releases you himself. It's treason against Daenerys, and he knows it, and he does it anyway. You look at your brother and both of you understand something. He is saving you. He knows how this probably ends. He does it anyway. You don't have words for any of it. You leave before you find them. You get into the city through the tunnels. Above you, the battle is starting. Then the bells ring. King's Landing has surrendered. You hear them and you think it worked. You think this for approximately 40 seconds. Drogon keeps burning. Daenerys doesn't stop. The bells are ringing and the city is surrendering and the dragon is incinerating it anyway. You stand in the tunnels and you listen to a city being destroyed by fire over the objections of everyone in it. You have been here before. You were 17. The king was different. Euron Greyjoy finds you in the tunnels. You fight. You win. Mostly. He stabs you twice through the sides before he goes down and dies grinning because he wounded the Kingslayer. He gets to die thinking he did something notable. You get to find Cersei while bleeding from 2 puncture wounds into a burning city. You have had better days. You find Cersei as the Red Keep starts to come down around you. The ceiling is collapsing. You know where the exit is. You run. The rocks are faster. She says there is nothing in the world but the two of you. She was always saying that, in one form or another. It was always partly true and always entirely the problem. The ceiling comes down. The White Book survives the Red Keep. Most things don't. The White Book does, because it's built to outlast everything, and because some things need to outlast the people they record. Jaime's entry is still almost empty. The true version of his life is not in it. Brienne of Tarth is Lord Commander of the Kingsguard now. She sits down in front of the White Book and opens it to Sir Jaime Lannister's entry. The few lines stare back at her. She is the only person alive who knows what should be there. She picks up the quill. She writes what actually happened. The wildfire caches. The choice he made at 17 in the throne room while a city held its breath. The people who are alive because of what he did. It's in the book now, in ink. The record that should have existed for decades. He will never know she wrote it. It exists anyway. The entry is longer than it was. It is still not 4 pages. Sir Duncan the Tall has 4 pages. The hedge knight who had nothing and kept doing right by people who had less. Jaime Lannister had everything and kept choosing the version of himself he was trying to outgrow. The gap in the book is accurate. Brienne makes sure the rest of it is accurate too. Brienne was the only person he ever told. He told her in a bath at Harrenhal because he had nothing left to protect. She believed him. She stood up for him at Winterfell because of it. She knelt before him when he named her Ser Brienne. And now, with him gone, she makes sure the true version exists somewhere permanent. That's what he gave her in the end. Not a sword, not a name. A witness. Jaime Lannister, born with every advantage. Killed a king to save a city. Carried the wrong name for 20 years. Lost his hand, and with it the person he used to be. Told the truth once, to one person, in a bath. Became someone better than he started as. Went back to the thing that made him worse. Died under rubble. Had his entry in the White Book finished by the only person who knew what should be in it. Ned Stark walked into the throne room and saw the Kingslayer and decided what it meant. He wasn't entirely wrong. He just got the direction backwards. You killed the king to save the people the king was supposed to protect. That's what a knight is for. Ned never asked. You never told him. The wrong version outlived you both. The things I do for love. He said it pushing a child from a window in episode 1. He meant it when he told Brienne the truth in a bathtub. He meant it when he jumped into a bear pit for her. He meant it when he named her Ser Brienne. He meant it when he left her. He meant it holding Cersei under falling rocks. The love was always the problem. The love was always the point. Brienne closes the White Book. The entry is longer than it was. It's in there now, in ink, the version that's true.